Was it something that you learned going through everything that you went through to say, man, I'm going to drive these 20 hours, I'm going to put this work in? Because a lot of people don't understand that part of sacrifice.
They don't. And I would say the thing that drove me was the exhaustion of not being noticed. Or like when I was doing radio, I would interview everybody. Like I know a lot of people who do media stuff, who write books, who do all this stuff. And I would interview all these people, but nobody ever did it for me, you know? So that's a part of why I quit it too, because it was like, yeah, there were certain people who saw me and saw the vision, but it was so many more who just either didn't want me to win or didn't want me to surpass or whatever. And it made me feel like, okay, I got to do whatever it takes for me to get noticed, because I'm tired of people not noticing all of the hard work that I put in. So it was very personal, and I used to take it really hard, feeling like nobody liked me, and you know, and I'm like, I'm so nice and I try to be there for everybody, but like they never call me, they never want to kick it, they never this, and it's just like, well, maybe that they're just not for you. You gotta be for yourself.
Yeah. Now you briefly spoke on dealing with depression. Like depression and mental health is a big thing nowadays. But I had a conversation with I can't remember who I was talking to, but I'm like, when we were kids, we didn't know that we were dealing with depression and mental health. We didn't know what was going on. So how were you able to one, deal with that and come out on the other side?
My family. My mom was really good with reassuring us that we were great. And my father, my stepfather was really good at paying for whatever we wanted to do, even if it was his last. And I was the oldest. So if I had dreams, they were pushing me to do it because I was persistent. Like, I want to do this. I want to do this. And when it came to, and then my real dad was just like you got this, you got this. You know, that person who gonna brag about you to the end of the world. So dealing with depression, and certain aspects of it, like you don't want to talk to nobody about it because you feel like people don't understand. But my family pays attention to the way that we feel. And now we've been able to bring it down to, like, she's 10 years younger than my little sister. And I can see it sometimes, like, hey, are you okay? You know, without even seeing it. So having a strong family that held you accountable too. It's like, yeah, you feel a way, we're going to talk about it, but we also going to figure out how to change it, was a very, very important thing to me. And that's why I started my radio brand with the Unicorn Gospel. And even within real estate and everything I do, it's like I want to help people feel better, you know, because everybody don't have what I have. I'm very grateful to have the big support system that I have. I want to show other people what that feels like in whatever way that I can help them.
Now, we were talking briefly off camera. You said you stopped doing the radio show because of COVID. Like, explain that to me.
So it's crazy because in like, I would say maybe November or October of the year before COVID, of 2019, I had this really, really big event. It was like 200 plus people who came out because I was supposed to be going FM with a black-owned radio station. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. I get to help build a new black station in Chicago. Right. And so many people came out in support. I had people on my team. I had like 3 DJs. And a co-host. So when it didn't happen, because there were things that messed up, there were like companies trying to buy out this company. It was making it hard for them to be able to purchase the stream. My team fell apart because everybody felt like at this point we need to do our own thing. And for me, it hurt a little bit, because I was like, man, like I developed this whole thing and y'all helped me. And now that it's not going the way y'all wanted to go, I don't have no DJs no more. I only had my co-host at that point. Right. So it hurt to like have a team and then people like leaving you and not really saying why they leave you. And like kind of ending their belief in it. So me and my co-host were going to keep going or figure out how to do it. And we were like, girl, we got this. Like, we love them and, we hope that everything goes well for them, but we got to keep this going. Her name was Mo Betta. And me and her are still close to this day. But then when COVID happened, I couldn't go back to Q4 radio because I had already left. I was like, well, I'm about to be FM. Right. So I need to move on and get bigger. So I couldn't go back to them. Then COVID happened. I lost my job. Like, I was like living alone, so I didn't live with my family, you know, so it was a lot of depression coming back in. And 2020 was probably like the toughest year of my life, and I was not motivated to do anything until my other sister stepped in and paid for my real estate classes. And she was like, I think that you would do really well in this. But, you know, COVID, it drove me to not want to do radio at all anymore, based on the series of events that led up to that.